I'm Will Oliver and welcome to Osbaston House Farm in Leicestershire. I'm a fourth generation arable farmer and we've diversified into poultry, glamping, commercial lets, but I would certainly say that my heart is in arable farming. So nutrient management is integral to our business now. Like I said before, we've brought in poultry into our business. That brings with us this valuable resource, as in poultry manure, which generally in the past has probably been seen as a waste product. But with the cost of fertiliser going through the roof in the last 24 months, COVID, Brexit, all this, being efficient is hugely important to us, and there is huge value in these manures and using them accurately, and it makes wonders to the bottom line of the business, which is why we're all here at the end of the day. I came back from Harper Adams in 2011. We had nutrient management plans in place then, which were done by a third party, but from then I did my basis and facts, and I've been doing them in-house since then. So from 2011 really, I've been doing nutrient management planning, and it's an essential part to farming essentially, yeah. I brought nutrient management planning into our farm management process, decision-making process, really, because of the savings that can be made. Buying fertiliser not only was it a big expense, but it was a big decision in terms of timing, when to do it. And it's just making yourself adverse to risk, I suppose, and having manure available, deciding where you're going to use it in your rotation, changing your rotation accordingly. It all becomes part of your integrated pest management plan and your nutrient management plan. It's all coming from the same hymn sheet, really. So the biggest change that we've made with our nutrient management plan is when we had poultry manure, digestate, sewage sludge become more readily available, is having maize in our rotation, because it is a spring crop which can utilise cover cropping, it can utilise manure in the spring, which is when we want to be using it really. We're not putting it on crops in the autumn and then it's having a deluge of rainfall like we've just seen this year or last year. It's like I say, it's spreading that risk, getting the most out of those nutrients and getting the best profit margin at the end of the day by those resources that we've got available to us. Nutrient management planning does bring challenges because yes, we have manure, yes, we have bagged fertiliser that we use, but each comes with its own challenges. So applying them can be detrimental to your soils. Also, incorporating the manure is seen as the correct thing to do, and it is the correct thing to do. But then at the same time, we're being told that no-till farming is the direction to go. So we are using no-till in our system, but also we are using organic manures. So we're trying to join all the dots and make it work efficiently, but they don't always go hand in hand. Seeing the impact is a lot easier when you start measuring things. So things like organic matter, testing our soils. We've all been testing our soils every 5 years for for pK, pH, things like that, whereas now organic matter, carbon's coming into play, and that can add value to your business in other areas with biodiversity net gain, carbon trading. It's opened a whole can of worms, and it's quite interesting, but most of it all links to efficient farming at the end of the day. If you can get the best out of the nutrients, improve your organic matter, improve water retention of your soils, it's all moving in the right direction. So to manage the manures and fertilisers to get the best from both is simple. It's just testing everything, every part of that journey. So we test our soils, we test our manures. It's what market you're growing for. So if you're doing milling wheat or feed wheat, you need to know your crop requirement. Then there's things like tissue analysis. So we're testing our tissues, sap analysis. This is in a range of crops, so maize, wheat, and it all tells a story and makes that decision making a little bit easier. And if you can save a ton a hectare of poultry manure because you don't need it in that certain area and you can use it elsewhere, then you are cutting your costs of bagged fertiliser. When we first started utilising poultry manure and other organic manures on the farm, I was doing a lot of yield mapping, a lot of testing, a lot of trialling, and in our first year of applying poultry manure to a growing wheat crop in the spring, we saw a 0.86 tonne a hectare improvement in yield compared to the bagged equivalent. We're seeing a lower cost of production and a better yield at the end of the day, so it helps the bottom line in both ways, so it's a win-win. There are challenges with getting the manures on, depending on the weather. You've got to have a plan B, and the plan B is often in the bag. To farmers who are looking to implement their own nutrient management plan, I would say get trained up, because nothing's as hard as you think it is. It's very easy for farmers or to say, right, I'm going to get a third party in or an agent to do this because it just passes the buck. But it's your business at the end of the day, and the business matters to you more than anybody. And it's such a huge thing now in farming. Like I say, we buying fertiliser used to be a thing you just did on a whim, whereas they're now key decisions that can affect your business and the sustainability of your business. So why would you pass that nutrient management planning on when you can bring it in-house, get trained up, still get advice, but have that control? I think it's really valuable.